Are you on the YouTube site? Am I muted or are you muted?
I'm muted because it's on the YouTube site and not the feedback.
Ah, I see. Okay, we're live.
That's pretty cool. When you go to the YouTube page, there's a little live icon that shows up on your right at the bottom of your logo. You just click on that, I can see it.
Cool. Hopefully people show up. Is there, can you get the live link? Never mind. All right, it's uploaded to the school site.
Can you see or hear? You want to do drills and stuff? I don't know if anyone else is going to show. You're on mute.
Yeah, actually updating my list of drills for home right now.
Oh, okay. What do you have?
It's a long list because I'm trying to push myself harder for practice. I've been going through the forms, and I've got like how many times on each form and whatever this each time and stuff like that. And then pick a technique from these forms, repeat that 20 to 50 times, and then go over what the technique is. And it's battle punches or low stance. And then set of kicks, set of rotating shifts, set of steps, push-ups, and or the knuckle stands, and some stretching.
Okay. You want to run through that?
Sure, I will. Reference on where you want to start, whatever on the list.
Wherever.
Okay. Oh, shit, I need to add punches on this. All right, I guess let's just start with some punches.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do some stepping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. John, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We will do some shifting. Back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Front side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do some kicking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Upside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pick and pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I have a new one I added to the list. So part of the dummy where you kick and then bomb and stop. Yeah. 10.
Is it a switch like that?
I hadn't thought about it. Should it?
It feels natural. Yeah, just
So just
maybe both sides is one count.
yeah. Okay. And just the counts. All right. So 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And then, yeah, hang on, keep that on.
Something to keep in mind is the feet. So, neutral stance. Over kick, straight kick, drop. If this goes over, make sure your toes are in, and then open and they rotate again, open. It's a lot for that drill, but I think it's important because otherwise your toes will be out, kick, out, kick, out, kick. That's no good. That'll teach the wrong habit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's okay as long as people know to keep their feet parallel. They open kick, that's fine. Keep it parallel. Kick. Kick. See what I mean? It's a bit much for the feet to be kind of playing catch up, but I don't care what happens with where the toes are pointed, as long as at no point are they pointed like this. But I can see that drill transitioning from side to side. Everyone's doing this because it's easier. So I think don't rush. Make sure it's done well.
I'll work on it a bit and see if I can polish it up.
Yeah, I think it's as simple as when you go back to neutral stance, it'll be good, but go back to like a toes in neutral position. And then rotate over, open kick, back to neutral. Yeah, that's fine. or even like a shift. Yeah, that's probably better. So if you start neutral, over, open, kick, down, because that's closed. Shift, and then over, kick, down, shift, over, kick, down.
Yeah, I like that better.
A shift in there, or rotation is okay.
Okay. And then after that, we can just get back to regular scheduled programming with some late lifts and sidekicks. We'll do some first, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the only other things on the list that are forms is back punches or low stance. And the stretching. You like I should add.
What's that? What did you say?
So other than that, the only other thing on my list is other than arms is some battle punches, and some knuckle stands, and some stretching. That would be mentioned music.
Let's see your battle punches.
Okay.
Look up.
Well, that, oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, a little more vertical. You're leaning,
Leaning forward. Okay.
and then you can't go down that far. But if you're more vertical, you can go down further. Yeah. And reach with that front leg. When you go down,
Yeah, mine's going a little.
so reach. So you have
To
lots of,
get some good distance.
yeah.
Okay.
Look up, chin up,
Oh, Jesus.
chin up. That's it. Chin up.
Yeah, I keep looking at my feet and then it's so good.
Yeah, it tends to push your weight forward. Yeah, that's it. Try to squeeze your forward and then try to lower. And you'll feel, is there anyone online? No. You'll feel have you ever dissected a frog?
No.
Where their legs meet. It's just like really flexible. I just envision like a frog. You should feel it, like very tiny muscles. I mean, I'm sure they're big, but they feel tiny. Squeezing in. So like you're like if you're to slice a frog right in the middle, it's resisting that. It's maybe not a good visualization, but anyway, it's a matter of flexibility, and it feels like you're doing arm curls with like a straight arm. Like you're really trying to initiate that. So very much like this position. Like in underneath is like squeezing in.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
And the horse stance is just enough to, like your feet are under you. Hopefully you've gained some flexibility in the ankles, where when the feet are under you, you can still reach.
Okay.
Yeah, don't look down.
I get what you mean about the frog thing. It's like the line between your butt muscles and your hamstrings. I feel a bit in there when I try and tuck it in under.
Yeah.
also just feeling around my hamstring in general. Trying to tuck it in there too. And I know in terms of how my legs are, that's a weaker muscle in my legs, so I need to work on that one because I know it's important.
An advantage too, like reaching with that one leg. Because you reach and you're really stretching your hamstring.
That makes sense. And you have to use that hamstring more to pull yourself over too, so even harder for that. Oh Jesus!
Yeah, try to keep the heel up so that when you're over there, you're like using the heel to like pull.
Yeah.
The zoom tight.
Okay. When I throw the leg out, I suppose I should also try to keep the bottom of the heel in contact with the ground. I think I can get into like the corner or even the side of it.
Yeah. Look up.
It's coming, but it's got a long ways to go yet.
Remember, you want to try to do as many the other way as you're doing in that direction.
Yeah.
Reach, 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 reach.
Oh, Jesus. It's a good workout. Those are some good tips.
It's like the weightlifters when the squatters, professional squatters, when they go down, looking up helps them tuck that whole undercarriage core beneath them. If they tend to look down, it does the same thing. It squishes them. It folds them like an accordion. You want to use your spinal column for you. You don't want to blow out your back.
It definitely filled my hamstrings there. It's good.
little bit by little bit, consistency.
That's it. Yeah, it's not bad though. 45 minutes all in. And do some stretching, and then we can do that. It's easy to fit into the week.
Yep. Forms?
Yeah, do some flips.
Try to pull those fingers back and keep them tighter. Tight fingers. Yeah. That must be a fretting habit. Hey, do 3 strikes again. Okay. Do those 3 strikes again, but push your shoulders down. Pull your shoulders down. Whatever muscles are pulling your shoulders down. Are you in a mirror? Do you have a mirror there?
Yeah, in the bathroom. I also have a computer. I'm going to give this little thing.
Yeah, have a look at your shoulders. They look like classic Cam shoulders. Very muscly, very high, yeah. And for you to get the feeling of a heavier, more rooted punch, your shoulders need to come down.
Okay.
They tend to, you might be like this for a bit, and then when you go to punch, I'm just going to turn a little. They rise, but keeping them down will probably stretch this area a little on you. But it not just offensively, but defensively helps to give you that heavy lower center of gravity feeling. So when you're doing the punching drills, don't just do them mindlessly. Try to drive your shoulders down. Do this part of Chum Kiu, actually. And you'll see like, yeah, a low shoulder like that. Now turn that into a punch.
Okay, yeah. Those last couple felt different. But don't lower.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
You might look at them different. You might look at them differently, which is a good thing. But even like timing wise and how they finish, or if that elbow pops, or instead, like there's a lot of more proper synchronicity to how the whole arm finishes. You might need to correct some things if you've been doing it high for a long time. The timing of all those joints finishing might need to be tweaked a little. It's like Tiger Woods reinventing his swing.
Yeah.
The last one was good, but the next one will be better.
Okay. So puts us up to Chunky then.
core looks a little loose. And let me clarify what that means. Let me try to clarify that by explaining what I think you should be looking to acquire most of the time, if not all the time. Wish I had a partner here. It's a little bit, you know, when you drive and then it feels like you're really stretching, pushing. That kind of feeling all the time. So if you were to do Chisao and someone's pushing, not too loose, if that makes sense. It's not unrelaxed. There's I guess you can liken it to, there's like this tansao, and then there's this tansao. Both relaxed, but one has more firmness to it, like structured firmness.
Yeah.
Relaxed firmness. It's not too sloppy loose, but it's not rigid and tense. It's just got some relaxed firmness to it. You can still move and stuff, but when it gets like that pressing, it's like the right muscles to use can give it more firmness if it feels like it could go or enter someone's space because there's nothing resisting it. And kind of on the defensive, if it's holding and someone goes to press, it still can like squeeze in to make it even more firm, but that's on your opponent trying to like compress the spring.
Right.
So it's not like a loose slinky spring that they're trying to compress. Over exaggerating, but that's the non-looseness that you want to be looking for. And in the stance, all the components, like when you go to step or shift or rotate, doesn't matter. That kind of knee through the hip into the upper core should be relaxed firm. And preferably a slight arch. All the time? All the time. All the time. I'm trying to think of all the different parts and like the kick. Nope, that should be there. The bending down with the leg going back, that should be there. It's just more arch.
Just that way.
Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, like when we were doing those drills for kicking and then reaching back with the leg. Remember that reaching back all the time.
Yeah. Your whole torso through the knee is like, it's like holding its own. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And then it's like a muscle thing, but like in a position where it like pulls it taut, like in front part.
Yeah, like, and you should be feeling that all the time and kind of playing with that idea of like, oh, this is taut while I'm rotating. How do I keep that, or how do I make it more taut because I'm rotating, or whatever the situation is, instead of not thinking about it. When you don't think about it, that's when it gets loose, and it looks like there's no intent.
That makes sense. Like I think every now and again I just sit back and I think to myself like, man, someone figured this out one day, like just looking at a couple of animals fighting in the wilderness. And
No way it was one day. No way. No, through hard work, and evolution, and it being passed down from generation to generation in a way that allows the student to continue to grow and learn. So it's like more dense with good information and quality stuff. And then the side veerers, they just get less dense.
yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, kudos to those who put in the work, and with nothing to begin with. Although I still think that's baloney. Like they had Shaolin. Ing Mui, she just kept all the good stuff and got rid of the fluff.
Yeah.
She knew.
Which on its own is a remarkable feat. There's a lot to sort through for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like what I'm understanding now is like the strengths and the hands and stuff aren't just like connection. There isn't just like a point where they meet, but if you do it right, there's enough overlap. Like I can take energy from my hands and I can feel it go down into my heels. Conversely, doing this, it's like there's a sense, there's a feeling of like where the ground is at, and bring that up into my torso. So there's an overlap of like ground up and energy down. That's sweet. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It is.
Right. Let's try that again with some ground up beats.
So avoid too much. This is not a rigid statement, but let's pull back even more from bending the knees. Like just on the edge of straight. Bent, yeah. And keep the weight back, but just have a slight bend, because for me, that helps to emphasize the up. Don't bend it more. You just bent it more. Just slight from yeah. So that whole body arch is kind of like tight. Do you know what I mean? Do you feel it?
Yep. I feel it pulling down like right at the bottom of my rib cage.
Yeah. It's like just a slight arch. And anytime, that's what I mean by loose. Like when the knees bend too much, it's too loose. So yeah, play with that full body tightness. Turn that bong sao over completely. It looks wide. Remember, although you're tight, you still want to give the sensation of a nice tight line. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, don't forget the knees, even pre-kick. Nice and high, relaxed firmness. Yeah, when you shift, it doesn't have to be big, but like push, kind of squeeze and press forward. Think inch power with the hip. Turn that bong sao over.
I think there's something really cool at least for me, for being having straighter legs and that. One time when I shift, it feels closer to my big speed for the shifts. The more into with that side kick, it just felt more like similar feeling to the part of Chunky where you bring that all the way across and throw that all the way to the other side, and there's that big dramatic whip. I felt that in the side kick just now, which is a little bit new.
Yeah.
That's half of this time. And that's
Yeah. So keep playing with that then. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
my legs are very
That's good. It probably helps like Chum Q. You don't want to use them, so you have to keep less of a bend. The more of a bend, the more shaky they are, the more exertion there is.
yeah.
So that's what I mean. To keep it tight, firm is a beneficial place to play. You learn a little more about your center and the architecture and what you can and can't do and your limits, and then pushing those boundaries too.
Yeah, that's what I found is keeping the legs straighter, keep them taller, then it was a lot easier. There's a lot less waves from the legs. But as soon as I sunk or got back into kind of a more relaxed position, then they wrapped right in.
Yeah, UG. Those elbows, they got a rainbow. They're coming across. So arch your back to make sure that they're going over top of your center line with your heels. Yep. Speed doesn't matter if the direction is wrong.
Yeah, just some technical things. These should be tight. They kind of look like they're coming up by angles. So bring it in like nice and tight to the line. I don't know where my body is to the camera. But not keep it nice and tight. Yeah, avoid turning
Right, yeah.
because your shoulders rotate and that might cause that little bit of like just keep it tight, keep it more like the elbows should be. And yeah, those are the technical things. Speed, it's got to be fast. It's got to be faster.
That's why I wrote faster to ask the students.
By it having to be faster, you have to find a way for it to be faster. I mean, I guess that goes without saying, but that's the goal. But
Well, that makes sense. That takes me back to one of the early lessons in Chum Q was like those shifts have to be fast. Because eventually you start figuring out like an internal way to move so that it's faster.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. So same thing.
same thing. And then so I guess along with faster and some of the strikes is there needs to be like body behind those strikes. And I don't mean like you need to step but there needs to be like a welling of energy and then boom, and then release. And I'm not seeing that in your UG strikes or recoveries. The recoveries have to be fast. But by fast, they also have to have power because you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So you need to break stuff that's in the way. So it can't just be fast. It has to be rooted and powerful. Oh yeah, that was the other technical thing is when you do the elbows, don't lean into the elbow hitting. You can sink if you need to use it. So this goes in if you sink, but don't break the hip. There's not a lot of room to work with. the trouble with Gucci. But that's the point.
That's the point.
Yeah, so speed, power, try to keep things aligned still. Same as Chum Q. Excuse me. Where
you want to keep that body like tight and high, kind of proud, slight arches, not too crumpled and accordion-like. So for that elbow to have some power, that there's 100% stance in it.
Well, yeah. Yeah, getting to the point now with mine, like, well, I mean, you know, like that, I was always losing pounds when I was throwing those elbows. But I'm getting better at that now, it's because the stance is different. It's all legs. It's pretty much all the legs. You don't really have hands. Well, you don't know.
Yeah, that's right. You're missing out on the ability to use 2 of the 6 joints. That's like 1/3.
Yeah, so the other 2/3 has to be there. Otherwise, what's that elbow really going to do? It's connecting some dots for me. Remember, there was an article in Wing Chun Illustrated. There was a guy talking about his understanding of UG, and if even if your arm's broken, you still have this or this, you can still stay relaxed, you can still do these things. So UG kind of teaches you that.
Yeah. I'm not sure I remember the article, but I'm not disagreeing with anything that you've said.
I remember reading that, and I'm thinking like, wow, that sounds really cool, and having no idea what it meant. So I think I was Red Sash when I first read that. But it's just very like, the ones who are easy to understand way, but you know, one of the things UG teaches you is like, what do you have? And some of the things you have is gone. You don't have your hands, you don't have these 2 joints. How do you maximize everything else you have?
Yeah. Yep, UG will help. Help you understand. Okay, dummy. Is that enough to work on those forms?
All right.
What'd you call me? What'd you call me? Don't lean. You're still stepping in and then continuing the process. When that foot lands, you should be deep and deep into that heartwood.
This thing's getting more cracks every time I look at it. We have to probably adhere everything at some point.
Yeah, I don't know. It's certainly Calgary. That was bound to
Yeah.
happen. I don't know if you can like steam it and then seal it or something,
Maybe.
but that'd be an awful lot of work.
Yeah, I sent some pictures to Seth. He says there's solutions, but I haven't had a chance to get him over here to take a close look.
Oh, okay. I think just a lot of the similar things like Sunam Tau, Chum-Q, UG. I guess the one technical thing is when you pull or whatever, make sure you actually grip. A lot of them are just kind of pulling. There's no mind to the backhand. There should be. You should be thinking with that backhand. Looks a little lazy.
Okay.
Your Wusao brain is less than your forward hand brain. Yeah, I think like Sunam Tao, having that same kind of tight position when you perform the techniques, I think that would be beneficial, and same as Chum-Q. We talked about Chum-Q. Tight.
Taller.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the shoulders.
Yeah.
Those rise up, and it looks as though you're getting around the dummy arms by raising, and you got to be careful about that because that's not the point. The point is to actually drop and then get in between them. And so when you pull down the shoulders, yeah, it's probably more difficult to maneuver around the arms. But when you drop these, you're kind of forcing your elbows to get in, squeezed in between their arms, which is the point of the dummies, to help tighten up your line. So I kind of feel like you raising the shoulders gives you a bit of an out, which you shouldn't take.
Okay.
So that Sunam Tao idea of like the center of gravity by lowering your shoulders, habit should be in all the forms that you should be thinking on and focused about. I tell you, if you make that feeling consistent of like having a lower center of gravity, you're gonna love it. You're very difficult to move. And then you can kind of give yourself other more difficult things to work on.
Great.
because it kind of works. It's like self-fulfilling. Just by having a lower center of gravity, like you do the work to make your body understand and give yourself a consistent lower center of gravity, and then it makes things easier. You don't have to think about it anymore. You guys are going to be pushing this low, wide rock with a very narrow top, trying to move it. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep it up. Keep an eye on the that stepping in and kind of bouncing back, or you're not quite getting there, and you have to reach, or tilt, or lean, or any of those things are no good. So you want to step in, just hold that and step. Even keep your shoulders back so that you know that you're stepping in with just the feet. It's the feet that are taking you there, nothing else. Your feet have to know what that axis, what that heartwood of your opponent is, where it is, and how to use it. And to reinforce things that we've talked about, if that dummy has a lower center of gravity, you have to get underneath it. You have to be better at having a lower center of gravity.
Yeah.
Which means no leaning, no reaching. Like your feet have to know that distance it needs to go.
Yeah, that makes sense. That ties in with what we were talking about when you're doing long on the Saturday. And so the hands don't have time to do a lot of extra work. They basically just kind of flood in and fill whatever base happens to be there,
Yeah.
like water. And we can't do that effectively if the feet aren't heading where they need to go. As soon as the hand tries to get away from the ball, it's not filling in and it's doing something else. And then that's a different intent, different outcome in the long run.
Yeah, that's an easily defeatable Wing Chun thing by Wing Chun. If you reach or lean, the opposing Wing Chun guy is going to use that energy against you.
Yeah.
I don't think we had any guests.
I was on there, but mine was paused the whole time, so it probably didn't count.
No likes, no guests. Well, I got nowhere to go but up. Bye, everyone.